Today the topic of discussion is question on recursion. So we have already discussed recursion. So I request you, if you are directly coming to this video, kindly watch the video on recursion so that it will become easy for you to understand how we are solving the question. And the first question is from TCS Digital. Let's start with the question one. And you have 60 seconds to solve this questions. So this question was asked in TCS Digital NQT in 2017. So the question is in front of you, and there are four outputs. Either it could be 0, it could be 0 1, it could be 0 1 2 0, or it could have no output. So according to you, still you have 39 seconds left. So according to you, what will be the answer? And let me read out the question for you. That in function main, we are calling a function fun with value n, that is 3. That is, we are calling this function, and this function body has three functions. No, when the certain condition gets satisfied, the value of x gets satisfied, you call these three function. Fine. So this is actually a recursion taking place. So how this function is working? So let's have a solution of this question. Meanwhile, you can solve the question. So let's start with the solution of this question. So what we are actually doing is that we are calling a function with value n, that is value 3. So here what we are doing, we are calling a function with value 3. Fine. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes, certainly 3 is greater than 0, condition true, because x is 3. So we call this function. So we are calling three functions, that is with f3. When we have called function 3, it is divided into three parts. F minus x means it's pre-decrement. So first you will decrement, that is f. I'm using f for fun. Fine. So minus 3 is become 2, and then you have a pending statement, that is you are printing a function of value x. What is the current value of x? It has become 2, so you need to print 2. Right now you will not print. Then you are calling a function again with value 1 less. So current value of x has become 2. Now reducing 2 will become 1. So what will happen? You will call this function first. Fine. So now the current value of this will become 2. Is 2 greater than 0? Certainly. Again it will be divided into two parts, that is f 2 minus will become 1. Since x has become 1, so you will print 1. These are all pending statements. And then you will call 1 minus will become 0. That you are calling function 0. Fine. Okay. Now what you will call this function f1. So value of 1 x become 1. Is 1 greater than 0? Certainly. Condition true. It will again divide it into three parts. That is f minus will become 0. Then x, since x has become 0, so you will print x, that is 0. And then you are again calling a function with value 0 minus will become minus 1. Now what you will again call the function f0. The value becomes 0. Is 0 greater than 0? No. Condition become false. Since now condition become false, you will not enter inside the block. So this function will not do anything. So the first part of this function is over. Now you move to the second part. Second part is that it is printing the value 0. So 0 get printed. Now this is also over. Now you will call this value, that is f minus 1. When you will put minus 1, again condition becomes false. Since minus 1 is not greater than 0, condition is false. It will not move inside. It will not do anything. So what actually happened? You completed all these three functions. These three function was called by this function. So finally the job of all these four has been done. Now the pending statement is p1. As in recursion, what you do, first of all you move in front and then you start moving backward. Fine. So now p1, that is you will print 1. Now you are calling function 0. So this value will become 0. Again, since 0 is not equal to 0, 0 is not greater than 0, condition become false. So this function will not do anything. So since all the three function has been completed, now and this function has been called by this function. So the job of all these has been done. Now you will find the pending statement p2, that is you will print 2. Now you will call f1. So what? The value of x become 1. Since 1 is greater than 0, yes, condition become true. So now again this function will be divided into three parts, that is f minus 1 will become f0. Since x has become 0, so you will print 0 and then f minus 1. Fine. f0, what is 0? When you put 0, what will happen? 0 is not greater than 0, condition become false. So this will not do anything. p0 will print 0 and f minus 1 will also not do anything. Finally, this is also done. So this is also done. Everything has been done. Fine. So the final answer which you are getting is 0120. So the correct answer is 0120. So let me show you the answer. The answer is 0120. Exactly. The answer is 0120. So this was how to solve this question, and it was asked in TCS. So thank you so much